Good morning, YouTube. This is my All-American Life, and coming back to you from London for the 5th day. And if you notice, it's dark, so today is the first day, and probably not the last day, but hopefully the last. Well, it's the only day so far that I've actually gotten up at a decent hour, and it's 6 o'clock. Well, I got up at 6. And out of the hostel by 6:20. I will start the day in London. I will end the day in London, but I'll spend about 2/3 of the day actually going to one of the wonders of the world. So I booked a trip to Stonehenge, and I don't have to be there for another hour and a half to 2 hours. It's just I'd like to find some breakfast and some snacks to take with me before I spend all day on a bus. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. Yesterday was pretty cool. I finished the evening off by visiting with a few of the hostel mates, and that turned out pretty cool. Shared some chocolate, visited a little bit, heard about what they did for the day, what they had plans for the day, and turned out to be pretty good. Actually got to bed at a decent hour, which if you consider 12:30 at night a decent hour when you're on vacation, I don't know, but for me it's the earliest I've been to bed, except for the day I got in with jet lag. But for the most part, it's been a pretty good trip. But I learned some valuable lessons, like trying to cram too much into one day can be a real issue, especially when the night before you decided it'd be a good idea to go hang out with other people, and it turns into going to a club, and you don't get in till 3. You're setting yourself up to failure. We have plans to get up at 7, especially with alcohol in your system. With that being said, I've learned that I'm going to try to put this into effect today, is that things are being rushed. So like I wasn't able to spend the amount of time that I wanted to spend at a lot of monuments and stuff, at discovering places like on London Tower. I could have spent all day there with my personality and with things I want to learn. I could have spent all day there. 3 hours there was not enough. I felt like I learned nothing. There was a sense of unaccomplishment or unfulfilling, and it was cool to see the sights, but it wasn't enjoyable as I thought it would be because it was rushed. Now, with that being said, today I had the opportunity to either buy it's cold here, by the way. It's the reason I'm kind of shivering and talking like this. I had the opportunity to either buy a tour today that would be all day, and it would allow me to see tons of different sites, like let me walk around the town of Bath and all sorts of things like that, which, yeah, but that only allows me short little bursts of places. So what I decided is I would do the morning tour of the Stonehenge, and that would allow me to be there a little bit longer, to walk around the grounds and just enjoy it, versus being rushed on to the next location. And that's how I'm implementing it today. And tonight, maybe walk around Hyde Park, but nothing extreme. By the way, it's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody. You hear Merry Christmas a lot. London is a very traditional, I wouldn't say traditional city, but they're a very, spiritual might be the wrong word too. They're very, in the holiday season, that makes sense. Christmas decorations are everywhere. It's a really cool place to be for Christmas. I won't lie about that. But I will say this, that there's a lot to learn when you first start, like understanding coins, understanding just common courtesies, understanding everything about a new culture can be a little bit off-putting, or sometimes it can be a little different. And but like I said, the biggest lesson I've learned so far is do not try to cram so much, because you just feel rushed, you don't feel accomplished, and your trip becomes more stressful than it does good. I just want to share a little bit of that with the world. And oh, another cool thing is you start to learn your way around. Like this place, I just walked here, been here twice, but I kind of knew where it was. Let's find some breakfast. I don't know what this is. I don't think I want fresh fruit. Oh, unless I get grapes. 2 pounds for this. That's like $2.60 back home. Well, I mean, by that it's with the exchange rate. I don't really remember what the price is back home, but I also should find stuff for, like I said, snacks. Ooh, I was told to get these Jaffa cakes. I've been told they're amazing. Hazel, I found Jaffa cakes. Or Jaffa cakes. I found Jaffa cakes. I will be trying these. Yeah, I should take these too. So I got, this is a festive cherry parcel. That is a white chocolate shimmer parcel. And this right here is a salted caramel cheesecake. No clue what parcel means, but looks good. So it looks like I am going to arrive a lot earlier than I planned. But hey, get to see the city, or at least well, I'm getting on a train, so to get to my location where we're getting on the trolley, or not the trolley, but the coach. So this will be really just a short little journey there. But as you can see, nobody's up and awake. Granted, nobody moves around really till 7 or 8. On the one day I did get up, no restaurants were closed or open, but granted that was also on a Monday, or not on a Monday, but a Sunday. So, but yeah, it's just, now it's just walk there. But I got to walk to Euston Station and then catch the tram, the train, the underground, whatever it is, to the location where I'm being picked up. Then of course, the rest of the way to Stonehenge is going to be on a coach, I believe, or whatever they decide, or I really don't know. Kind of bought this ticket last minute last night and didn't even read over the details except for where I need to be at a certain time. That's kind of how traveling goes sometimes. I'm starting to realize I came here with no plans, but I've also procrastinated quite a bit. That's the way a lot of my plans have gone, very last second, which is kind of cool, but at the same time kind of annoying too. Chocolate milk's about to slip, but big chocolate milk for like £1. But yeah, for now it's just the journey there. See you when I get there. So, I have arrived to my tour a bit earlier than I should have. But I guess it's okay. It's been ample time to eat breakfast, which I hope didn't get smashed. That train door I was filming, getting on, you know, as soon as I got to it, it's closing, and it almost closed on my bag. Like, it hit my bag pretty hard, but luckily it didn't smash the donuts. But I went from two extremes, from sleeping in and not being able to do anything, to being here super duper early, and now I have to wait an hour. I'm actually 39 minutes before I'm even allowed to check in, and it's about an hour and 9 minutes until we're scheduled to leave. So it'll be a bit, but like I said, from one extreme to the other. But today is Christmas Eve, Christmas in London. Tonight the plan is, hopefully after the, well, like I said earlier, I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna start taking it slow and not trying to rush. But granted, if I just got up earlier, I might have been able to get everything done. But I'm gonna try not to rush. I'm gonna, you know, enjoy the Stonehenge. It's the first time. Who knows? It could be the only time. Hopefully not, if I like it. But so I'm gonna just take my time, enjoy it, eat my breakfast, and then we'll be whether I decide to go to Hyde Park tonight. If I go to Hyde Park, the plan is to, you know, maybe walk around Oxford Street, see the lights. It's Christmas Eve, be in the spirit, right? And then possibly go see the Winterfest at Hyde Park, and then after that, maybe, just maybe, go ice skating. Doubtful. The plan's probably gonna fall through. I'm not gonna go unless other people from my hostel go, like it was possibly mentioned. But I do hope I get to go ice skating, because it's been a long time, like 2 years. But the countdown is now. I mean, just a few days left till I get to visit with the buddy I'm going to go see. So it'll be a little bit, but can't wait. Right now, it's just eat. Wait for the Stonehenge. And I don't remember what this one was. Oh, cheesecake. Can't forget the chocolate milk. Colder here than I expected, actually. I didn't bring my other coat, which I should have, but you know, it wasn't too far of a drive, only like 2 hours. But granted, from the States, I don't think that's far. A lot of people think that's insane. But yeah, you just go from one bus to the other, because they don't allow people to come back. This used to be hangars, apparently, back in here for the Air Force. But they took them out, and it's back to grasslands, almost the way it would have been when Stonehenges were built. But I just want to show you guys real quick what we're looking at right here. This would be just insane. Now, what we see right here, this inner circle, didn't used to be here, to my understanding. The inner circle was built several hundred years after what was the bluestones, which is the outer circle. The outer circle, to my understanding, used to be gravestone markers, where they were believed to have been cremated remains over the course of several hundred years. But for the most part, the bluestones, which were quarried like 150 miles-ish, 125 miles away from here in Wales, and then the big ones are supposed to be only like 50 miles away. But gotta remember, we're talking about a place that didn't have the wheel, right? So it would have been something along the lines of maybe laying out logs and rolling them with some sort of animal, pulling it with many animals with rope. And I was watching the BBC documentary, and at the time they were talking about it was more of a will to succeed than whether they could or couldn't do it. But I should have came a few days ago when they had this, like the winter solstice, and the pagans were here. It's the only good thing to be a pagan, is to be able to actually walk through these stones, hug them, kiss them, lick them, whatever you want to do. But like these, we're just limited in minutes, and we have to stay outside the line. However, if you were a pagan and you had that belief or whatever system you were in, you would have been able to actually walk up, sat on the stones, crawled on the stones, talked to the stones, which I think could be really interesting and cool to do. Because I know like 30 or 40 years ago, you used to be able to do this. I talked to a lovely old couple last night at dinner at Borough Market, and they were telling me all about the things that they did when they were here, back when you could walk up to the stones. But that was also a time before the UK was still used the system with like yards, feet, before they went to meters and all that. But so things have definitely changed throughout the years. That's 100% sure. Like, talking about things changing throughout the years, I was telling you about the what I understand and have learned, that the stones used to be an outer circle. But somewhere around here you can see, hard to see really, it might be over here, there's a river that goes around. And on that river, there is 2 glacial lines that was carved back after the thawing of the Ice Age. What happened then is prehistoric people, which they weren't like cavemen or anything, they were like dressed like they were like us. They weren't just like guys carrying around clubs. They were like us, but they were only, the difference between us and them was they didn't have the knowledge and the tools that we have today. So they were like us, but still had to use primitive tools. They had clothing. They had towns, buildings. Somewhere over there in these burial mounds, not too far from here, around the corner, there is along the river, it's not too far, is an actual village that used to be here. And the idea was that on the summer solstice and winter solstice, they would have massive feasts at that village, right? And then they would make the trek after the feast as the day was ending, and they'd walk their way up here, and they'd watch the sunset. And only that's what the whole point of this the solstice and these rocks is. The glacial lines that I mentioned in that BBC thing was saying something along the lines that the reason they probably picked this spot was because the glacial lines are 2 parallel lines, almost perfect to each other, and they're almost like perfectly in line with the summer and winter solstice. So what that does is the ancient Neolithic people, I think it was, allows them to actually, when they seen them, it was a sign from the gods, right? So now it's the sign that they needed to be here. And so I mentioned the fact that I understood that they were coming from all over what is current day UK, all the way from like Scotland and Wales for just the Stonehenge visit on 2 times a year. But this only happened for 30 or 40 years, strangely enough. But there had to have been some sort of people that ruled this before, and that's what they think the gravestone markers of the cremated people were of. However, it had to have been the fact that we had the glacial lines that had to be significant about this spot, especially the fact that the plains were here versus having to build somewhere with all the trees. It'd have been a lot easier here. But yeah, I've stuttered enough. And really, I just need to show you guys the site. But that's what I understand. You can fact check me and all that. But it's just stuff I watched on BBC and stuff I've seen on the tour bus here. But definitely pretty cool. And even if you just think it's a bunch of stones in the field like my friend does, and he will never come, it's one of the wonders of the world. Now, I don't know if it's, I seen a list that it was one of the 12 wonders of the world, but I've always understood it that there was the 7 wonders of the ancient world, 7 wonders of the modern world, and 7 wonders of the natural world. But I guess there's 12 now, just 12. Well, I'm about to say goodbye to Stonehenge. It's the end of my trip here. Sucker is beautiful. I wish we could have got here in the morning or as the sun was setting to see it. But wind up here, wind chill's just miserable compared to London. Didn't expect it, so I didn't pack an extra coat. I'm sad to leave, but kind of happy to get back in the warmth. But there will be another trip eventually. Absolutely, 100% sure. Will be another trip. I don't even know if you can hear me because of the wind. But yeah, it's time to go, unfortunately. Got the sheep on the right. Do a little vlogging, huh?
Nice.
Alright, so we are in Hyde Park. This is the Christmas Wonderland. And I'm here with a few people from my room. This here is my good friend from Thailand and the other one from Canada. Let's wave. It's just for family. But this is Hyde Park Winter Wonderland. We're gonna get some food. We're gonna get some, maybe play a few games, do a little Christmas shopping maybe, and just have a good time and show you the sights. All right.
Good.
There's a V and VE and GF. What is GF?
Gluten-free. Yeah. So like no breads and stuff, which would be miserable life. Granted, you live like this and you get to be as big as me, so that's just the way it works.
We're definitely.
We enjoy our food, yeah. It's okay when we make jokes about it. When other people though, it's not right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
So what do we do?